not feeling well right now. I think I have a cold. Anyways, sorry for any delays. Asterisk, sniff, asterisk. I actually am sniffing a lot. Yeah! Tilde on! Chapter 21, Doomsday. It was the day of the kidding. The day of ultimate tears and hate. Raichu woke up with many bad feelings and regressed, and a deep dark feeling in her heart where it used to be. She sighed and looked, to the golden sun, the sun that was there from the beginning of time. Thinking of everything, she began to cry, but then she felt her arm brush against something. She opened her golden and blue-trimmed jewelry covers and saw a little face beneath them. It was Elaine's. She threw back the covers even more and picked her up. Yeah, she said, squeezing her. Elaine groggily opened her red eyes and speaked like a kitten. Oh, Oka-san, you're so squishy. Honey, I'm so glad you're here. Raichu rocked back and forth and held her. I thought that maybe I'd never see you again. Baby, I haven't known you for too long, but you're still my Aka-chan. Aishiteru Tenchikuzu. Aishiteru to you too, Oka-san. New! Is the wedding Kyo? He big red eyes bugged and shined. Hi, Kyo Desune. It's a really sad time for me, but it could be the greatest. Gop! She squished her face with her kitty fists and feel into Raichu's chest, and Raichu laughed. She tilted her green head and looked up at her mummy. It'll be okay, Oka-san. Grandpa's bad. He won't get away with what he's doing. That's right, dear, and neither will Lucy. She kissed her on the forehead. I hear Auntie Minasan is going on a date with Uncle Avocado. Her face wiggled into a squint. New. Are they going to kiss? I sure hope not. But I guess he isn't that bad. Raichu was severely confused when Elaine got up and started down the hall. What are you doing, Aka-chan?
I'm gonna go tease Auntie Minasan.
She ran into the living room, swaying back and forth like a green boat with legs. Minna was swearing, a pale blue little dress. Minna-san, she tugged at her blue dress, are you going to make sweet love to Uncle Alucard? Minna's eyes bugged. What the fuck just came out of you? No! Where did you get such an ungodly idea like that? Yuki came out wearing a towel. She took the towel off and snapped it in Minna's butt, causing her to yelp. Mind your language around the child. She owns me. And I am her protector. Tenshikuzu ran up to Yuki and hugged her leg. I will protect you, no matter what. Yuki smiled. All right, you two, I'm going now. Minna said as she walked out the door. Me and Aliu-san are going to Les Tacos. Raichu came out and waved. Be home by 6:30. The wedding is at 7. Yeah! Till they're on! New! Elaine waved. He drove up in a sexy black and sleek Chevy. It was high off the ground and had big wheels. Alucard peeked his head out of the window and smiled. Hey, Minna-kun. You ready for a good night and some hot ass burritos? If you're trying to make this better with you, man, it isn't working. Minna scowled and sighed. We better get this over with. She began to step up into the big car, and he held her hand, pulling her into it. My, you look very lovely. He smiled with his vampire teeth hanging out. I can almost eat you up. Minna looked worried. I won't. They pulled up at Les Tacos, and there was Cora at the door again, greeting all the customers. Cora waved. Hey, you two, looking cute. She winked. I have a special seat over here for you guys. She led them to a booth with hearts strung over it next to a radio where love songs were played in Spanish and Japanese. I'll come tight back for you guys, Kay. Mina-chan blushed. My, this is lovely. They were sat down at the table, and they looked at the menus. What are you doing? Alucard peeked over to see Minna's menu. I'd like to check the health values to see if what I'm eating is good for you. She blushed. Dan looked uneasily away. You live too safely, you poor girl. I'll show you many adventures and take you to many places. I bet with a big of adventure you'd turn into a smoking adventurous wife. Is that all you're looking for in me? Don't you think you should calm down? She sighed and continued to look. Hey, cutie, I'm mostly playing with you. I'm not like that. He blushed a little and moved back to his menu. I think I'll try the everything wet burrito. Minna looked at the Heath values for the everything wet burrito. Jeez, this thing is really bad for you, huh? Are you sure you want to stick that in your mouth? Fatty cheese, deep fried tulips. Does that say fish-shaped toxic waste? Hell, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. With a 10-foot pole. If that 10-foot pole is my tounge, I think it looks delicious. Come on, Minna-kun. At least try it once. Alucard smiled and nudged her with his pointy elbow. You know you want it. I can tell it in your purple jewel eyes. Alright, let's make a deal. I don't want to pay for 2 big nasty burritos and what, so we'll get one ginormous one and we'll share it. Alucard laid down his wallet. Chivalry may be dead, but I'm paying for this dinner. Still, I'd love to share one with you. His red eyes beamed and he licked his lips. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. What would you two like? Cora came around in a cute maid's kimono and pen and paper. Alucard cleared his throat. One big, ginormous, hideously messy and wet everything burrito. Extra cheese and 2 Pepsis. My, what a big order. You two are going to explode and send wet everything burrito all over the customers. Better than bloody placenta. Minna laughed in thought of Raichu. Don't make me sick, dear. That's my cousin. Alucard rubbed his face and took off his gloves. Cora laughed. I'll be black. Alucard took his gloves off and grabbed the tortilla chip filled with salsa. He reached his hand over and hovered the chip in front of Minna's mouth. Well, what are you doing? Minna blushed. Is that for me? Open. He opened his mouth and said, ah, like this, see? She could see his pointy tounge, and she nearly buffed, but it was still really sweet. Minna opened her mouth. Ah! He placed the chip into her mouth, and she crunched on it. She did the same to him and laughed, and he wrapped his tounge around the chip and took it into his mouth like a captive. Cora came back with a big, sopping, wet everything burrito. Here's your order, you two. Aw, that's so cute. She lowered the burrito down to their table. See you guys in a bit. Enjoy your romantic burrito. They both waved. Thanks. They smiled at each other, tearing off bits of the burrito and swallowing them down fast. It was the best they ever had. Burrito juices poured down their cheeks like waterfalls. Minna covered her face with her hand and laughed. Oh man, she said, this is freaking delicious. I never wouldn't tried it if it weren't for you. I had a pretty good time today. She took another mouthful of burrito. Oh man, I love Mexican food. I don't know what they do to peanuts to make them so good, but it's really great in here. Alucard spit out the burrito. His eyes bugged out and his face turned wild with red. What? Peanuts? What's wrong? Minna yelled and put her hands on him. No nuts can go near my mouth, especially peanuts. Alucard shut up like a jack-in-the-box and vomited like the Exorcist girl. Oh God! He screamed, and his face turned puffy and lumps appeared on his cheeks. That's why I always read the health warnings. Minna cried tears of worriedness. You'll be okay. Oh, God. I remember the first time I drank the blood of a boy who had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Damn, that was terrible. He started coughing out blood. Shit. He threw up some blood on a man's shoes. Be careful where you aim your face. That's damn gross. The man slapped Alucard across the nose. You're next. He coughed and wiped his face of the blood. Sweat and tears were streaming down his face. What the hell's happening? Cora ran to them. The hell? Alucard, I'm calling you a hospital. The ambulance came and took Alucard away in a gurney. Before he left, he wrapped his fingers around Minna-chan's fingers. She cried, Hey, Minna-kun, he said in his dark vampire voice. See you at the wedding. Her voice trembled. Oh, okay, Alu-kun.